Hello YouTube, this is A Small Corner, my name's Ian, and I'm going to be giving you a review for Zombieland. Now, Zombieland is a movie that I didn't go in expecting anything great. I didn't go in with very high expectations, but one of my recommendations for when you see the movies, do not go in expecting something really serious. And I think that that'll do a lot of good, because if you don't expect the movie to be serious, then you get what you came for. And but if you expect it to, if you come in expecting this like hardcore zombie thriller, you're really not going to get that. And I went in expecting something that was going to be really funny, and I got what I came for. Now the main characters are Tallahassee, which he's definitely the most prevalent character. He's really funny, and he's basically this classic like action zombie killing guy who, spoiler alert, his son was killed by the zombies, and he refers to his son at first as a puppy because he doesn't want the other main characters to know that it was actually his son, but you later find out it was. And he's really funny, and he has a bunch of really good catchphrases, which I really thought were like given kind of bad name, like they were talked bad about the catchphrases, but I really didn't mind them. In fact, I thought that they were pretty enjoyable. Like he always says, it's time to nut up or shut up. And when he says that, it's actually really funny. And, well, at least I thought it was. And Tallahassee's played by Woody Harrelson. And the other main characters are this very paranoid teenager who's played by Jesse Eisenberg. He does a really good job. I do think that he's copying a little off of Anthony Serra, or whoever that actor is. He's in what movies is he in? He's in Superbad, the tall, kind of lanky one. In fact, I actually thought they were the same person because they sound very similar and they play a very similar character. But all in all, I think that Anthony Serra is really funny, and I thought that Jesse Einsberg, or however you pronounce it, I thought that he did a really good job in the role. I thought all the actors did a superb job for a movie that's about zombies and theme parks and Bill Murray, which it is about Bill Murray, and that's kind of a spoiler, but I'll tell you about that later. The other actors are Emma Stone, who plays this girl named Wichita, and she's kind of like this hot, kind of older, like, she's not really older, but like, she's like 19 in the movie, she's around there. And she's kind of like this girl that's used to thinking on her feet, and she has a little sister named Little Rock, who's played by Abigail Breslin, and they both do a very good job. I mean, I think at first they start out not really trusting Tallahassee and Columbus, who's Jesse Eisenberg, but they all kind of meshing together and becoming a family by the end of the movie. Some of the good points were definitely the acting. The actors did a very good job, especially Woody Harrelson, who his acting kind of overshadows everyone's, but Woody Harrelson just does a really good job in that movie. I mean, with all his catchphrases and his excessive zombie killing, I just thought it was a really good movie. I mean, and he does a pretty good job, and Morgan Einsberg, he does a pretty good job too. I do think that at some points he sounds like he's forcing his dialogue a little, like he's like, no, it's my obsessive bowel sweating. Like, he says stuff like that, and when he says it that way, it just kind of makes you kind of lose attention in him. But other than that, I thought that he did a pretty good job. The two girls, I'm just kind of review them together because they both kind of act the same way. They're both really good in their roles, and I did not have any kind of flaws. I didn't see any flaws. I mean, it's not like an Academy Award performance. None of them were Academy Award performances, but I thought that they were pretty darn good. I mean, Woody Harrelson might be up for an award for Tallahassee, but I just think, and in case y'all don't know who Woody Harrelson is, he's basically the guy that's hired to hunt Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men, the guy that always wears the like white suit and stuff. But another good point to the movie is its comedy. I thought that it was actually really funny. I mean, some points the comedy kind of gets old, but all through and through, I thought it was a pretty good comedy movie. Now, it's nothing to compare to movies like Superbad or The Hangover or movies like that, but I mean, I thought that it was definitely a movie worth watching, and I would see it again. The third good point that I have is the gore. Whoever was the artist or the makeup artist or the special effects designer or whatever the role is for that, they did a very good job on the gore. There are parts when the zombies are like vomiting out like bloody, clear, pasty stuff that's really like terribly disgusting. But I thought that they did a really good job with that. Um, and I just think the zombies look surprisingly realistic. And I thought that the zombies and the makeup were a really good point. The next good point I want to talk about is the slow motion. And the slow motion was superb. You can go to just type in slow motion pics on YouTube and you'll understand what I'm saying. It has probably some of the best slow motion I've ever seen in a movie. Like that, at the beginning, there's a scene of like this lady and she's like running, like holding a milkshake that's strawberry, and it's like flying over, and she's like, and then there's like a zombie, and like the zombie tackles her, and it's like awesome. And then there's a scene when a guy breaks down a glass door, and it's in slow motion, and it's really cool. The fifth and final thing that I want to talk about of good points for the movie. Sorry, I have a itch on my nose. The fifth thing I want to talk about the movie is the dialogue, and the dialogue is really, really good. I thought all the lines were very well put in place, and the actors did a good job kind of conveying the sense of they don't really trust each other, but do whatever you can to survive kind of thing. And the trust issue is a kind of rolling theme in the movie. The trust issue is like, well, you may turn into a zombie or something. And throughout the whole movie, it's kind of like they're all trying to win each other's trust, except Tallahassee. He's just in search of a Twinkie. And that's a really funny part, too. It's when Tallahassee's trying to find a Twinkie, and it ends up, in the end, he finally gets one. But right before that, the Columbus shoots a box of Twinkies with a shotgun on accident, and it really, like, Tallahassee starts crying, and it's really funny. But the bad points were, I didn't really have that much, I only had two, but the first was kind of the unrealism of the movie, and it's a zombie movie, it's a comedy zombie movie for God's sake, but I mean, still, some of these points are just kind of too big to be excused. Like at one point, he has a gun that would only be able to shoot 2 shots in real life. He shoots like 18 shots with the gun. And then there's another point when Tallahassee's locked in like this carnival like booth, and there's like 300 zombies around him, and he ends up killing all of them with just 2 pistols and like 4 clips of ammo. Which it's still good, but I mean it's just it just kind of gets annoying. And the second thing that I want to talk about is the sisters' stupidity, and this just bothered me so much. The sisters, every single time, they always get themselves into like the stupidest situations. Like at the end of the movie, they go to this theme park that doesn't have any zombies, and they go to the theme park, and then they turn all the electricity on. And it's just like, who in their right mind would do that in a zombie apocalypse? I mean, if I was in a zombie apocalypse, I would go to like my grandma's farmhouse or something. Some good place that's away from everyone. But I mean, they go to a theme park, and it's like, darn it, why would you do that? And I've done a lot of research on zombie apocalypses, by the way. I'm kind of an expert on that kind of stuff, because I was really terrified of it. And I know my hair is kind of wet, I look kind of stupid. But anyway, back to the review. I thought that it was a very, very well done movie. I mean, it's a zombie comedy, and you don't really expect those to be good, but I mean, it's a really good movie. I suggest you see it. I've already seen it twice, and I want to go see it again. That's how good it was. So definitely 2 thumbs up. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. But I mean, go in, a piece of advice, go in not expecting a very serious movie, and you'll definitely get exactly what you want. This is A Small Corner, and I'm saying thank you.